What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have an amazing news. I will show you that we have a tsunami wave and we have a snowball effect combined. In our case, I will prove my words and I will show you that the upcoming event will definitely change a lot in our case. On top of that, guys, I want to remind you that you can join my Patreon and just recent calls that I made for the beginning of this year. We already made about 10% of profit. This is the call from yesterday. We already in 4% of profit and it is a very good trade. So if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, you've seen many of my trade calls, all delivering strong returns in just hours. Now it's your turn to trade smarter. Join my Safe Haven Patreon tier, built for traders who want consistency, structure and real results. You will get a detailed plan to protect your portfolio, monthly one-on-one Zoom sessions with me and private Discord access with all trade alerts, lessons and exclusive updates. And here is the best part. If you don't earn more than your subscription price within 30 days, you will receive a full refund, no question asked, as long as your trading account balance is at least $2,500 and you've taken all the recommended trades during the period. No excuses, no fine print. You profit or you don't pay. Here are just a few of my trade results from the first half of October. But don't wait, this offer is available for a limited time only. Once the spots are filled, enrollment will close. Join today and let's start building your edge in the market. So guys, and let's begin with my previous video related to MMTLP story, and I want to pay attention to this comment. It was written by Kent McRosky, and he wrote, "I usually try to see most news as good news," and he's talking about this press conference that will happen within less than a week. I usually try to see most news as a good news, but I'm keeping my expectations for this right where they belong, in the basement. Let's start with the obvious. Who's even going to be there? Major media? Congress? The CEO? The former CEO? Apparently everyone has better things to do. And my cape skipping it? Shocking. It's not like he's ever shown much interest in helping shareholders before. If this press conference is just a bunch of MMTLP holders talking to each other, then it's basically a support group with microphones. We'd get more value holding it in front of a bar and going in afterwards for happy hour. And of course, we are lumping AMC and GME into this, because why not? Never mind that anyone who's much as glanced as at the stock market knows those stories already. They were on national evening news repeatedly. AMC and GME cannot be settled unless the goal is to nuke the market from orbit. MMTLP is actually small enough to resolve fairly. Be sure, lump us in with them and make absolutely certain nothing ever gets settled. And guys, I pinned this comment despite the fact that I just partially agree with this statement. I see that a lot of MMTLP shareholders, well, they are disappointed about all the news that are and all the actions that are happening around the MMTLP saga. But we have to fight till the very end, one way or another, guys. I believe we will find the way out, and I believe that we will see some kind of resolution. And yes, the main questions of this post are who will be the attendees. And definitely we have to see, we would like to see, let's put it this way, Greg McCabe, George Palakers and John Burda. But Well, unfortunately, John Bird and George Parkers already said that they will not attend to this meeting, and we don't have any source of connections with Greg McCabe. But at the same time, guys, I will show you quite interesting details within a minute. So let's switch to the press release itself. It was published on PR Newswire, and it is very good to see that we have an official letter on this quite huge source of information. And here is the paragraph that grabs my attention. Despite repeated inquiries, FOIA requests and congressional correspondence, investors claim the SEC and FINRA have failed to provide meaningful answers. The press conference will formally call for 1. Immediate public disclosure of communications between SEC, FINRA, market makers and broker-dealers related to MMTLP. 2. Congressional hearings into regulatory capture and enforcement failures. 3. Accountability for decisions that violated investor protection mandates. 4. Restoration of lawful market remedies for affected shareholders. So, guys, definitely it is a very good bullet points, and we definitely need to see this information. But on top of that, I believe that this is not the full list of questions that we have to ask, because we have much more of them, and in pretty much each and every video I ask these questions, and you know pretty much all of them. Let me show you another quite interesting tweet, this time from Scott Roth. He published he answered basically on the tweet of Greg McCabe Jr. You know that he's the son of Greg McCabe, the actual CEO of NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And Greg McCabe Jr. wrote this 13 hours ago. He reposted the PR Newswire press release of MMTLP, and he wrote big things. And Scott Roth legitimately asks him, is your old man going to be there? And unfortunately, we don't have any answer to this question, but definitely we want to see Greg McCabe on this meeting. Let me show you more details about this story. Junk Savvy 9 hours ago published this, and basically Ann Vandersteel reposted answer to this tweet. Junk Savvy wrote, MMTLP Army mount up. Catch me live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on The Real Talk with the one and the only Rob Carter. We will be diving deep into the explosive revelations from recent FOIAs, exposing the dirty collusion between the SEC and FIF. Proof the regulators are protecting Wall Street crooks and at the expense of retail investors. Plus all the details on Ann Vandersteel's press conference at SEC headquarters in DC on January the 12th. We are exposing the swamp and demanding justice. We are not going away. And Ann Vandersteel wrote, no, this group is not. MMTLP to the finish line. And guys, this event will definitely bring a lot of answers to the majority of questions, and on top of that, I would say that regardless of your position in this case, we will see some kind of relief because of this huge press conference. And in a minute I will explain why I think so. First of all, I want to remind you that Mark Basile was also mentioned in this tweet that was written by Ann Vandersteel, where she made the statement that this conference will take place on January the 12th. You can see he was tagged right here. And Brian asks, so why did you tag Mark Basile? And Mark Basile himself responded, maybe because I am the most successful securities attorney in my field, have worked towards getting information that could lead towards understanding who was responsible for this, almost all on my own dime, as well as resolution. I also have information that others don't have, and this is quite intriguing part of his statement. That's why I'm really not interested in helping this community anymore, but I won't tolerate continued attempts to discredit me based on false-like accusations, and I will help Ann Vandersteel any way I can without compensation or engagement. So guys, this means Mark potentially gave some additional information to Ann Vandersteel. Let me show you further. Platinum Sparkles wrote this in response to Mark Basile's tweet. She wrote, She said that you reached out in DMs to throw aspersions on the community, and she tagged you to show they are moving on without you. And Mark wrote, I really don't care about this. I offered to provide her with all the TradeStation case documents that outlines specifically what happened in the market and the interaction between a broker and FINRA, nothing more. And he also added this, I warned her. Which means, guys, he has the documents that prove well, that this case is not so easy, and we cannot rely on just one part, or we cannot say that there is just one guilty person or one guilty entity in this case. So we have a set of actions that were made, that were performed by different entities from different sides of the community and from the company itself, which led all of the MMTLP investors to the current status that they were trapped and they lost the majority of their money. And yes, unfortunately, as for Platinum Sparkles, Anne Vander still received this information, but she preferred not to use this in her case. Unfortunately, but well, time will tell what will happen next, but I want to pay your attention to another couple of tweets. So, Mark also wrote this in response to Anne Feichman. Anne Feichman wrote, Basil is a bad actor. He has doxed a member of MMTLP community and consistently caused division and turmoil instead of helping us towards a resolution. I know you aren't aware of this. Just please proceed with caution around him. I would personally disassociate with him. And this is one of the most common opinions in regards to Mark Basil. And Mark Basil responded to this. He responded and he tagged Anne Vander still. Yeah, they can dish it out but can't take it. They didn't expect me to hit them back hard. Then they hide behind their keyboards. They have only exposed their true colors, working for bad actors, manipulating the community away from any legal solution, even though the bankruptcy court is geared to provide one, and keeping emotionally disadvantaged investors tethered to them. I'm the most successful retail and public company advocate attorney on these issues. I have won major court decisions that have all but eliminated certain dilution practices from hedge funds in New York, who no longer engage in toxic dilution funding that breeds market manipulation. And this is a 100% legitimate fact. He has won a lot of cases, and he helped a lot of retail investors to receive their money back because he canceled some toxic dilution funding. So definitely this is quite a good explanation from Mark Basil himself, and it doesn't matter whether you agree with his opinion or not. We are, in the majority of us, let's put it this way, are just spectators in this theater. And we have to see what will be the next step, and the next step will be huge. I will show you it is pretty much right away. Let me show you this. Squatch wrote in response to basically this the same exact announcement that he basically tagged Rob Carter, Dennis Neal, and Christian Shaughnessy. And we have a lot of people who are still trying to help us. And yes, Rob Carter already stepped into this case, and he published this announcement that Junk Savvy will attend to his podcast. And on top of that, I want to show you that Dennis Neal also reposted this announcement, and he reposted it with this tweet of Scott Scheller. Scott Scheller wrote, please help to amplify this message. It seems someone at X is shutting it down. 80 senators on record in support of resolution. And it is quite interesting fact. Charles Penn wrote this in response to Stephanie. Stephanie wrote this tweet: why wouldn't Gary Gensler go on Making Money? Why did Gary Gensler refuse to go on Charles Payne Making Money podcast? And Charles Payne wrote, you know why. And definitely, we all know that he doesn't want to answer tricky questions that should be asked in order to have some kind of relief in MMTLP case. And guys, recently we had a lot of allies on our site, and I'm talking about the letters, the letter that was signed by more than 74 Congress members. And Paul T wrote this tweet basically just less than 24 hours ago, and he said, have you called representative to represent you at the January the 12th meeting MMTLP press conference with Ann Vandersteel? My rep's office provided me with their schedule's email address. Sounds promising. I will be following up with my rep's office by NLT Friday to be certain of their attendance. Here is a snapshot of my email. Feel free to copy the content for your use. And guys, it is very good idea to invite all of the 74 members of Congress who signed the letter that was written by, I believe, 2 years ago, and that asks for resolution. And here is the next step from MMTLP community. Wait a second. Here it is. Van reposted several tweets from Guess Who, and Guess Who invited all of the 74 members of Congress. He wrote this: you are cordially invited, Representative Wahlberg. You graciously signed the MMTLP open letter demanding answers in the MMTLP fiasco. Many things have been discovered since then, undeniably regulatory weaponization and collusion. Please join us in further demanding answers for the failures that took place regarding the MMTLP situation. Bon appetit. Included in your experience, undeniable horse evidence will be served. Exhibits included, receipts attached. And guys, guess who invited all of the 74 members of Congress who have an official X account? And it is very good to see that we have dozens of these invitations. On top of that, guys, Van also wrote this: non-witnesses news alert. Yahoo Finance just amplified MMTLP. The PR Newswire announcement for the MMTLP press conference at the SEC is now live on Yahoo Finance. That puts our story directly in front of millions of market participants, institutions, and journalists. We are not a fringe issue. We are not a retail noise. This is a mainstream financial media acknowledging a historic market failure. What started with 65,000 plus households demanding answers is now breaking through the media firewall. Pressure works. Documentation works. Staying loud works. Next stop, January the 12th, SEC headquarters, because they can't put this back in the box. MMTLP Army. And guys, here is this announcement from Yahoo Finance. You can see that on Yahoo Finance website, you can find the same exact PR statement from PR Newswire. And this is quite interesting add-on to this. This is a paid press release. Contact the press release distributor directly with any inquiries. Which means, guys, to be honest, I don't understand it for 100%. Was this press release published on Yahoo Finance for money? And if so, who paid this money? If not, which means that this PR Newswire press release was also paid by someone. And who paid for this? I have a lot of questions again without any answers. On top of that, I want to pay attention to the tweet that was reposted by John Burda and that was originally made again by Van. Van wrote, non-witness news, special report, MMTLP media wall just cracked again. 2 more outlets just picked up Ann Vandersteel's PR Newswire release, Malaysian Reserve and Morningstar. That brings the total to 6 syndicated news platforms carrying the story. This is how pressure works. PR Newswire, syndication, global visibility, accountability. They told us no one was watching. They were wrong. MMTLP is no longer contained. We are propagating.
keep sharing, keep tagging, keep bookmarking, keep pushing. Our momentum is real now. And here's the answer from Grok with these indications. All these indicated articles from Ann Vanderstill's PR Newswire release. And you can find that they were published on Yahoo Finance, Bar Chart, National File, Nemos News Network, and some others like the Malaysian Reserve and Morning Star. And guys, if you take a look right here, for example, on Yahoo Finance, you can see that it is just a repost of the PR Newswire press release. But if you take a look right here, for example, on National File, you can see that it is a completely different article that was made directly to spread this information to broader audience. And you can see that it is completely different to the statement that was made by Yahoo Finance. It is just a repost of this PR letter. So here is another mention of MMTLP upcoming event on the Malaysian Reserve, and it is good to see that we have these reposts from different medias. On top of that, guys, I have to say that a lot of people from MMTLP community will attend to this meeting. Some of them published some updates in their Twitter accounts, and for example, I want to pay attention to Jen tweet. She wrote this, and I have to admit that I support her for 100%. She wrote, "Nothing stops my trip to District Columbia, not even respiratory infections," which means she doesn't feel well, and she has some, I believe, some kind of health issues, but she will attend to this meeting regardless of her respiratory infections. Which means, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Jennifer, because she's a very brave woman, and I believe that this type of people inside the MMTLP community will push our case forward and will bring eventually some kind of resolution. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.